Hey everyone, Mostly Sober Gaming here. I have a Throne and Liberty update for you guys. Plus, we get into my opinions on a few controversial games coming out this month, oh no, including Dragon Age Veilguard. So, hey, without any further delay, let's get started. Fellow gamers, as you know, Throne and Liberty has been out for quite a bit now to great success, and I wanted to share a few thoughts on my journey back into the world of Silesium. To start off, yes, I in fact did all the things. I was gathering, I was choosing and upgrading talents, I was upgrading gear, I was fighting, and I was leveling like a fucking mad lad. Overall, I had quite a fun experience with Throne, definitely much more than I did a year ago back on the Korean servers, and I absolutely wanted to give them their props. They have revamped combat, they have made the leveling experience much more welcoming, they have added some nice tutorials for some of those things that were a bit more confusing before, and they have actually created an endgame that is quite enjoyable for large-scale guilds and PvPing without the massive lag that you find in other MMOs. Unfortunately, my qualms with the game are still there. Leveling can be very confusing with map markers that are totally off base or just frustrating to track. This doesn't seem to be any better as you level up to in-game, and instead it's more of a familiar, oh yeah, I click on tab 47 to access what I need. God, so many menus and side menus in this game. While the system makes you feel like you can easily switch weapons with ease in the future, the further you get into that locked weapon that you love, the harder it is to get out of that without the cost of a ton of mats and many grindful hours. Nothing of that nature is communicated at the beginning to you, and that's a shame. Lastly, while combat has improved, you still get that sense of feeling that you can't quite shake, which is, it still feels kinda bad. It starts off much better than before, and by level 50 it feels pretty okay, but not as smooth or as seamless as you want it to be. And this is even coming from people with 1,000 hours into the game. To me, combat is the most important thing in an MMO. I'd even take New World Eternum over this, and I'll actually be revisiting that game for launch to give you my thoughts for comparison's sake, but yeah, until then, Throne and Liberty still has some more work to do. To sandwich the bad with the good, the devs have absolutely shown that they can improve the game and tailor it to players' needs as they have for the, last 8 months or so. I believe that this game has legs and longevity solely for the space that it puts itself in. A free-to-play MMO with some microtransactions, but completely free and easy. I'm talking an easy barrier of entry. Not anything like this Final Fantasy 14, wait, which one do I get? I don't know, whatever, the end, I'm going on to something new. That's my little Throne and Liberty roundup. Now, let's get into the games of the second half of October. Get ready to visit an enormous island resort for a party. A Mario Party. The biggest Mario Party yet has you taking on over 110 minigames, 7 game boards, 5 of which are new and 2 returning ones, and join up to 20 players head-to-head online in Coupathlon mode. Get ready to visit an enormous island resort for a party. That's right, the fucking Mario Party. Okay, so who doesn't like to hop into a Mario Party game with some of your mates, turn it into an adult drinking game, and proceed to turn friends into enemies for the remainder of the night? This iteration of Mario Party titles looks to, refine some of the bigger issues players had in previous games, such as lack of new maps and side content, and of course elevating the experience with online Coupathlon, which is a 20-player free-for-all, God help us. This game looks brilliantly fun, and I'm always ready to dive into a new Mario Party title. It's good to see them breathing some new life into a title instead of bringing back the same old formula without any updated changes. Super Mario Party Jamboree gets the party started on October 17th. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutants Unleashed is a 3D brawler and platformer set after mutant mayhem. It features an original story where a new wave of mutants invades New York City. Players control all 4 turtles, battling through immersive environments in the sewers and streets, facing familiar foes, and hey, the game also offers 2-player local co-op. What's not to love? Well, it looks like the onslaught of solid turtle games continues with Mutants Unleashed. Early previews are fairly positive, with most people praising it for its semi-open world hub concepts, its fun 2-player couch co-op, and its day and night cycle reminiscent of the amazing Persona series. Some of the negatives ding it for floaty combat that just doesn't feel as tight as previous games, and the lack of any online co-op. Couch co-op is dope, don't get me wrong, but it's also, hey, not 1995 anymore, right? I won't be catching this title with such a big back catalog of games to play, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. TMT unleashes for all platforms, including PC, on the 18th. Awaken Astral Blade. In this dark fairy tale, join Tanya in the ancient ruins to uncover her origins and fate. Use a variety of combos, parry attacks for an advantage, and utilize the quick rise and dash abilities to gain damage immunity. Master all these and obviously the skills to fight through enemy hordes and defeat insane futuristic bosses. So I recently fired up Steam to try this demo for Awaken Astral Blade, and first impressions are a little iffy. While a lot of positive actually can be said for the stylized art direction that, many others have pointed out when previewing the game, to me it actually just kind of came across as uninspired and unoriginal. The same movements and flowing character animations can be found in any gacha phone game, or honestly phone game ad, which it reminded me of. I know that sounds so bad. On the plus side, the enemies are interesting and unique, if not a little misplaced style-wise in certain areas. And the actual art is fun when it pops up, but lacks that oomph that you see in polished games, which, to be fair, could all be worked out later on by release. Skills and abilities at first are a little bland, but I anticipate them to be fun later on. The button layouts are odd, and you may want to change them in the beginning, especially your dash button, but all in all, if you've already kind of smashed through all of your other Metroidvania type games and are looking for something new, maybe download the demo first before purchasing. Awaken Astral Blade unleashes on PS5 and PC on October 22nd. Sievert is a tense top-down shooter that challenges you to scavenge a procedurally generated wasteland, loot gear, and explore what's left of a devastated world. When the odds are stacked against you, you'll need to do more than just survive. Out of almost any game coming out this month, this one has me the most interested to peek inside its future release success, and also hope for the best for the single dev that started it. Tarkov meets old school Fallout meets Stalker. This game has quite an addictive loop with plenty of depth to keep you hooked. Go on missions, avoid radiation, blast some bad guys and monsters, loot, and extract when necessary. Hey, I extract too early because I'm a pussy. Zero also boasts weapon customization to fit your playstyle, be it sniper or balls to the wall shotgun enthusiast. That's kind of me. It sounds great, aesthetically looks snappy and smooth, and gives you that warm loot hug that you love so much from these types of games. It already has a very positive rating on Steam, and I'm excited to wishlist this and see how it does on release. I suggest you trigger-happy gamers do the same. Zero Sievert comes out on Steam on October 23rd. Black Ops 6, developed by Treyarch and Raven, is a spy action thriller set in early 90s, featuring a dynamic campaign with high-stakes heists, spy activities, and blockbuster moments. The game offers 16 new multiplayer maps at launch, which obviously is the only thing anyone cares about, including 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps for 2v2 or 6v6. It also marks the return of round-based zombies with 2 new maps. Post-launch, players can expect more maps and fresh experiences in both multiplayer and zombie mode. Another year and another Black Ops. Thankfully, they let this one sit in the oven a bit and came out with some new enticing ideas to draw in the player base. Enter Omni Movement. That's right, now you can dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. I haven't stepped foot in the COD space in quite a few years, but I am curious to check this one out just because of the hype, and sometimes I just need to shoot some noobs in a lobby in a COD game because there's really no other feeling like it. I assume there will be griefers and cheaters and abusers and psychos on day one, and Hey, to be honest, my body is ready. Especially now that it's day one Game Pass, no shit. Oh my god, makes the decision so much easier to just download and boot it up for a weekend. Or longer if it's good. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes out for PS5, PC, and Series X on October 25th.
Hello, old friend.
Set in early 1900s America, Red Dead Redemption follows former outlaw John Marston as he's forced to help federal agents in exchange for his family's safety. Players experience enhanced gunfights, train robberies, bounty hunting, and duels in a turbulent time as Marston tries to escape his violent past while fighting to protect his loved ones in a vast open world. In classic Rockstar fashion, here comes an old-ass game to PC for a little bit of extra cash flow to fund the long development of GTA 6. I played this game forever ago and remember it being awesome. I assume my audience has as well, judging by my average viewership age analytics on YouTube. So yeah, this is that same game, only on PC. And for double the price I thought it would honestly launch with. That's right, Red Dead Redemption, which came out the year that fucking Instagram launched, will be $40 on release. But who's really surprised? If you're truly hard up for a good Western game that's not nearly as good as the sequel, I guess this is your month. I, for one, will be passing on the cash grab. 14 years after its initial release, Red Dead Redemption finally comes to your PC on October 29th. Dragon Age: The Veilguard is a single-player fantasy RPG by BioWare, offering rich storytelling, world-building, and companion-driven gameplay. You play as Rook, leading a team of unique companions to confront powerful elven gods and stop their destructive forces. As you forge bonds and rally your crew, you rise as an unexpected leader in this heroic adventure. Well, many are calling this the BioWare's Last Chance game, and while I think that is a little sensationalized, I do think that they need to at least launch to above average critical acclaim with this one. With that said, as many of you know, there's quite a bit of controversy to be told here, from surgery scars to concerns about the writing to concerns about the new age visuals from its previously gritty allure to how well the combat will hold up after hours and hours of grinding an RPG. I'll be honest, when I preview and let you guys know my thoughts about a controversial game and add it to my list during these months, I get downvoted way more than usual. And the fuck of it is, I get downvoted by people that I actually agree with. They just happen to see the game on the list and thumbs down it. But honestly, I don't really care about, a bunch of retards who don't view my videos and just downvote it out of it being listed on here. So if it's a hot topic, I will be talking about it one way or another. Just FYI, rant over. As for what I actually think about Veilguard, it seems that every YouTube personality that got their hands on the preview of the game, aka BioWare paid for their plane ticket and hotel stay in San Francisco, unless you obviously deny said accommodations, were for the most part positive on their assessment of the 6-hour playtime that they got to enjoy. It should be of note that one of the biggest perks of these demo sessions isn't the accommodations from the big studios. No. It's the tit for tat that you can't help but wonder is in play. By that I mean EA is on your shoulder saying, is it really a 7 out of 10? Don't you think it's more of an 8.5 out of 10? Are you sure? Huh? We have more games coming up in the future and we have limited previewers. Are you sure you want to rate our game badly? Huh? That is the power of publishers, not a free hotel stay. Huge tangent out of the way, I think Veilguard looks okay. And by that I mean I think the combat suffices and it will be fun enough to be a decent RPG experience. I'm absolutely not a fan of the aesthetics. I think the overblooming of light sources and the modern graphics lend it to have a Pixar-like quality, and while that inherently is not a bad thing, it's just not a Dragon Age I envision when I think of Dragon Age. Whatever, call me a boomer if you want, but that's how I see it. My prediction is that it will sell relatively well, but fall short of expectations due to controversy. I do not foresee this being a Game of the Year contender over, say, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which is such an amazing RPG. I wouldn't even be able to cover it in an hour-long review, right? It's that good. Please God, if you have not played it, go play it. I know a lot of of people haven't, whatever. We will see either way how this game turns out, and honestly, I look forward to updating you on my crystal ball skills. Dragon Age the Veilguard will attempt to launch without controversy on October 31st. Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. Anyway, that will do it for our shows this month. If you didn't check out my previous first half video of October, it will certainly pop up on your screen now. If you enjoyed the content or found out about a game, please hit the like and subscribe button. And until next time, happy gaming. Later.